David. David.
He's falling in a beautiful swirling pattern.
David.
What is up, everyone? I'm David Wells, and this is the David Wells Experiment. And it is Monday, currently, as I'm recording this, although the episode will probably upload on Thursday. But it's funny how Monday has such an infamy for being the first day of the week. Like, if you can have... It seems somehow, if you can make Monday of that week that is happening good, then you can look forward to the rest of the week. Or you just really have to have something going down the line happen that's good. So a funny thing that happened yesterday was I had this idea of I want to do 2 podcasts and upload them. So I was able to do that. And it's funny, it was getting close to the evening, and usually my brain shuts down after a while, but I kept thinking you know what, you need to go ahead and do this. So I think it was maybe midnight by the time I finished, and I was uploading them, getting them filtered, and then editing the podcast, which when I say edit, I really don't do that much. All I do is maybe add, I'll pass it through the AI filter to get the background noise out. In this case, I had to pass each episode twice through it. And yeah, but I got it done before 1 a.m., so that was cool. And I just had this sort of anxiety about doing it. I even came very close to and there was something about I had to not just have the stuff recorded, but record it, edit it, and have it put up on Spotify before I went to bed. And I had this real anxiety about it. You can't just not do it properly. You have to go all the way and have them uploaded. So they're currently uploaded onto Spotify, and they're scheduled for release, I believe, on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So by the time you hear this, you might have already listened to the ones that I'm talking about. And then I felt kind of calm afterwards, and I actually feel pretty good about today, even though it's Monday. And yeah, typically Mondays aren't things people look forward to. And I even looked up on my work schedule app. I'm like, oh shoot, this person and that person aren't going to be there today. So usually that influences what kind of day I feel like I'm going to have. But this time, not so much. And it could be because I felt like I accomplished something, because I did a lot of podcasts this last weekend. I probably could have done more, but I still did a lot, given how I haven't done anything for months. I probably ought to get back into that. Because, interesting thing, I felt the impulse to kind of tidy my room up a bit, and I don't know where that came from. I mean, if you were to see my room now, you'd still think what do you mean? It still looks terrible. And I wouldn't disagree with you. But if you had seen it before, you'd be like, okay, there's about a 20% increase in how the room looks. So I was listening to this one YouTuber called The Healthy Gamer, and he made this really crazy observation that there are things that we have to do and there are things we get to do. And when we feel overwhelmed with things we have to do, and then that makes us want to shut down and not do anything. And ironically, the way to fix that is to have the things that you get to do outweigh the things that you have to do. So if you make up something that you get to do, that helps you. It seems almost paradoxical that, or it almost doesn't make sense. Like, you need motivation to do the things you want to do and the things you have to do. And it's almost feels akin to, you have to drive to the gas station to get gas, but you don't have any gas in your tank. So what do? You do the equivalent of pushing the car to the gas station. It seems like that kind of logic. But it is one of those things where it's like, if you have, like I said, you've got two lists of things to be done. Like things that you have to do, like paying bills and homework and all that, and things you get to do, like basically you're not beholden to do said things, but you choose to do them. And it's one of those things where it's like, if your list of things that you get to do outweighs the things that you have to do, then you're able to do more things that you want to do, and you can also more effectively approach the things that you have to do. And I think we've all experienced this to some degree, like, slight pause. I think we've all felt that way when you just like really accomplish something and then you go to work and everything seems so much better than it was. Because like you're kind of on a high, or it does something to your brain where it rewires it, reworks it. And yeah, so I guess that could be, if there's any piece of advice I'd give for how to address Mondays, it would be try to make the list of things you get to do more than the list of things that you have to do. And because it'll help both. I mean, even if it's a small thing, it's like, yeah, like, I mean, it's just, you have to start something, which is one thing I'm doing with podcasts. I think, as I've mentioned before, I don't have enough money for therapy, so this is kind of a substitute. But anyway, yes, my sister just came in my room and she's very proud of the fact that I made my bed, and she'll probably hear about this in the podcast later. Hold on. Do you want to say something to the podcast?
Something?
Skidee! Inside joke that you guys have no context for. But anyway, yeah, so I think that, like I said before, I did something and I just felt more like, hey, maybe making the bed isn't such a crazy thing. Or I just felt the impulse. So that makes me think I'm running out of time. This is going to be a short podcast because I do have to be at work at 12. But anyway, I would say, and I'm not a parent or anything, but if your kids seem like they can't do their chores or can't do their homework, I would wonder, okay, are the things that they're obligated to do more than the things that they get to do? And I don't know, just throwing that out there. Because I think I've got more than a couple people who listen who are parents. So for what it's worth, it helped me out. Well, anyway, this has been a very brief episode of the David Wells Experiment. Have an absolutely super day, and we will see you next time. Bye.